Hello to all the amazing people, TheNeomare here, and welcome to some more Limbus company. We are exploring the dungeon right now. We are on the second floor. If you wanna watch the dungeon from the first floor, you can check out the playlist in the comments or description below. The episode just before this one is the start of the dungeon. You can also watch my playthrough from the start. Limbus Company, a game made by a library of Ruina and Lobotomy Corporation creators Project Moon. A pretty good experience so far. Very heavily storied, but also strongly tactical with a lot of interesting choices. And yeah, I think we're gonna be playing this game a lot. So sit back, relax, and enjoy as we move forward here. So dungeon's a little bit different than what we are usually doing, because all the damage we get accumulates over time. We have a level 5 difficulty here. A shadow appears in the dusky corridor. It carefully watches us approach. It was clear that we were not going to be a welcome presence to each other. However, we are relatively strong here, so not having any problems so far, but you know, things might change. I wish I could see like counter. Yeah, I need some place where I can read up on what counters do and what defenses do. I'm a little bit hesitant of using these counters because, well, of reasons. First, do you have defense? Do you have evade as well? Oh well. 7, 3, 5. It looks pretty good. Okay, let's go. It actually might be smart for when we are going after the abnormality. Another veteran appeared in the dark carrying that we have all the same affinities, right? Yeah, that might be smart. Another veteran appeared in the dark carrying a depressed aura. His sparkling old badge seems to signify a high rank once held. Manager Gregor. I think I remember that face of yours, but why? Decrepit G-Corp head manager. I was the head manager of your team. Not only did you desert us, you now have the audacity to take the lives of your old comrades, my subordinates. Look, the war ended a decade ago, but I guess some folks still haven't let go of their obsolete ranks, huh? Ended? Nothing has ended. Nothing has ended. Damn it. The war may have been over for you when you deserted G-Corp, but we are fighting for our lives on the battlefield to this day. As much as I didn't want to relate to you this way, I'm not really that different here. Then, you ought to understand, Gregor. There is only one verdict that awaits deserters. You say that like it means something, but it's against company policy to carry out summary execution for personal revenge, my head manager. Right, oh well. So yeah, I guess it's Gregor's storyline. Okay. Let me see something. Yeah, it looks good enough. Okay. But yeah, it's getting harder. There are like 4 enemies now. We still have way more HP and way better attacks, so it's going pretty good. Okay. Kill them all. Doesn't matter much of consequence what we pick right here, right now. I'm just checking when I select these that the enemy attacks, if we fail, are not too strong. But it rarely happens, rarely. Okay, these are both staggered, so we're just gonna go pew. Victory! Onwards and forwards to the glorious battles ahead. I'm not sure if these victories give us anything. Perhaps the time this ex-soldier spent off the battlefield was long enough to rust his prowess. The head manager, who must have defeated countless enemies in his glory days, was now nearing his own end. You were once well respected, Gregor. I never really asked for respect. Don't proceed any further, only hell awaits you. Sorry, but I don't think I can follow your advice. I ought to be a go-getter if I don't wanna be fired. Have you abandoned your honor for some pittance? I saw that away long ago, right with my medal. Landlord couldn't wait for rent any longer. A bitter smile appeared on the head manager's face. You're no different from us. In the end, we are nothing but disgusting pests. He took a few more shallow breaths and ceased to move. Hey, mind if I borrow a cig? Just this once. Gregor put the borrowed cigarette next to the one he already held in his mouth, then lit it and tossed it onto the chest of the deceased commander. Sorry, didn't want to share mine with that thing. Ryoshu gave a snort. The smoke from Gregor's cigarette lingered with the prevailing silence in the air for a short while. Right, well, what else are we gonna find in this place? Okay, so now we have question mark. That is an event. Okay, that's interesting. What is this? Info? Oh, this thing has 3 floors. Okay. Right, let's move on. Leaving aside the warning from Gregor's old boss, we moved on. An acrid smell began to fill the air as if to punish our foolhardiness. Right. Well, like this we have all the sins, right? So it's probably a good idea to just use these 5. There appeared to be no more signs of the ex-soldiers from this point onward. The commander did warn us not to go further. As we proceeded, we discovered bodies that seemed to have been there for quite some time. These are our, L-Corp's employees. I see traces of blunt instruments. All the bodies share them, in fact. A management report. This document contains instructions for keeping abnormalities in check. Normally, employees tasked with catering to abnormalities memorize the instructions to the point of reciting them flawlessly. They don't usually carry notes like these. I dare suspect that no remaining employees had this necessary information when an abnormality breached. If the eggs weren't moved into containment yet, that could be the case. There are way too many corpses here. What kind of abnormality could have massacred all these employees? Well, we're gonna find out soon enough. Wait, what's that smell? You see, our office purchased an expensive device the other day. What are you on about? Sources suggested that toxin levels started to rise after a certain floor. I've been bleeding from my ears a bit. Is this okay? No battle is without adversity. Black. I was told that continued exposure to it may cause bleeding like that. Are we so fine though? This is the anti-abnormality grass grenade supplied to employees. One must have gone off somewhere between the bodies here. True, the toxicity levels do appear to be intense around this area. Hopkins had put out a gas mask before we noticed. Hey now, what about us? We weren't granted any additional supplies. You slippery rat, you know this all time? You're not getting away with this. Heathcliff stopped mid-sentence and fell to one knee. Your blood flow will quicken if you're agitated. In other words, the toxins will spread faster. Try to remain calm, minimize movement and breathe at regular intervals. Hopkins, why didn't you tell me about this? Oh, I've got a question for you too, Yuri. Why would I make our office waste our precious funds on expensive gadgets for that white like you to use? If you're being real, it's a miracle that you managed to join us in the first place. Maybe I took pity and gave you a special treatment, but she's gone now, so who cares? Sneaky blighter, is that how you want to live? Don't be silly, everything's fair game for a fixer. Hearing that red gaze had company tickled my curiosity, but as it turns out, you were just a bunch of ragtag lunatics who thought I'd be a good idea to walk straight into these facilities with zero prep. What a sick joke. Can't do anything but watch. Feeling the ire towards him, Hopkins backed away and scurried to the exit. Well, at least I managed to grab an armful of enkephalin thanks to you. I'll write in my report that you all went missing, cause suffocated to death is just too embarrassing. Ta-ta! Yuri slumped to the floor, watching blood pour from her nose to her hands. And she's not the only one. Roja, Heathcliff and the other sinners are suffering from blood loss too. Gregor, I took this with me so you could have something to remember her by. He was holding the same type of gas mask as the one Hopkins wore. But why? Heard Aya cough gave you special treatment, didn't she? This is as good as yours then. As for our unprepared band of lunatics, we'd have a way out. Don't worry about us. Coughing up blood, Yuri put on the mask. I know he's right. I know earning recognition from an office of strangers is a hard thing to do, even if I take on all kinds of errands day and night. There were only 3 minutes left until the branch was locked down. Initiating site burial. The doors were about to close on me. Energy transfer is 85% complete. Yuri, don't leave me behind. Yuri! So what else am I supposed to do? Is it wrong that I survived? Should I have been buried alive alongside my co-workers? When the whole building was going under, all so the abnormalities won't escape. Well, you were lucky you were not in my corporation, because employees there usually got a bullet pretty early on. This is a sin, at least down here. That stings a little, Gregor. Standing astounded, I snapped back to reality and checked on the sinners. Half of them had already passed away on the floor, and Ishmael's had dropped just after she said her last words. A sin. But, so what, buddy? You've got to live on like it's nobody's business. Cough, laying guilt on yourself or split milk will wear your heart out. With Gregor drawing his last breath, Yuri and I became the only surviving members standing in the area. Don't worry too much about us. I can take them back there and revive them. I knew mechanical ticking was all Yuri could hear, but I did my best to communicate my message to her nonetheless. I know. Yuri ended the conversation with not a word after. After a long period of awkward gloom, the toxic gas finally dispersed. Looks like it's okay now. Oh yeah. I'll give you a hand. Let's go bring your people back to life. Saying that, Yuri took the gas mask off and calmly carried the sinners on her shoulders, one by one. Unsure what to say for her, I remained quiet. Right, so we brought everyone back to life, and I'm gonna continue fighting now. We only did one fight so far, right? Yeah. Oh, we entered the next fight right away. Okay, it's in the abnormality fight, okay. Oh yeah, now we can like actually choose who goes where. Right. So this one is a 4. So which one has a better chance? Dominating or also dominating? 4 to 11 seems better than, no, 5 to 13 seems better than 4 to 11, I wanna say. 3 to 11 dominating or 5 to 13. Oh, she's gonna get an unopposed attack in her face. Wait. She can actually do this. Favorite. Neutral. Because we can like actually intercept this thing here. Okay, that looks good. Okay. Oh, I actually can use the auto thing. Okay, never mind. Oh well. Yeah, I should be saying sometime because this video is already pretty long and we still have quite a few fights to go. I don't think we can do two floors in this one. So I guess, yeah, I guess we just do one floor again. I wonder what we're gonna be fighting as the abnormality next. Not sure what that was all about. Did we defend or something? Die. Die, 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 die. Let's go. Good. Victory. Skills that require resources will be cancelled if... yeah. Will this be the same story? Probably, right? That's how it was on the first floor. Maybe that was just a glitch. Maybe we're just going to fight now because we already did the story. Yeah, okay. Oh, it's Doomsday Clay though. Okay. They do lunch. I still don't understand why this one has 3 to 12. Probably because of like the type they're attacking. Okay. The game did warn me that sometimes the auto thing will not be as good, but it would take a while to like do everything manually, so I think it's alright to like speed things up a little bit. Head. Okay, just continue fighting. Yeah, if you just auto, it goes well, relatively fast, which is comfortable. Not sure how many of these dungeons each day I'll have to do though. Oof, that's a scary thought. Maybe I'll just not have enough time to play as much, we'll see. Okay, we got the... we faced the abnormality that most likely caused many disasters in the facility. According to you, these abnormalities used to be under strict supervision, kept in check by detailed managerial procedures. I don't want to imagine what happened now that the facility faced closure. Well, actually, dungeons go fast. It's the story parts that are slow, right? So yeah, once we go through the story, it's gonna be faster. Were those abnormalities responsible for killing all the employees? I doubt that, if my guess is right. Keep your eyes ahead, manager. There's another one of them. A humanoid being wearing the head of a statue was sitting against the wall. Statue head, hi, are you here to draw your lot? Gather all your ideas and give them to me. Then we'll find the winner. Its hand was barely grasping onto the strap of an employee ID card. Alex was the name written on it. Alex? Gone nuts, hasn't she? And what? That babble about winners. Some abnormalities demand regular offerings as part of the managerial guidelines. You should go that way. They will find you. And the offering happened, didn't it? It's your turn to draw. Offering? What happens if no human sacrifice is made? We never found out. We followed every procedure without fail. I guess it escaped and started killing people left and right. Ha! That abnormality must have been one spineless bugger. Does it track victims in the back of the head? What do you mean? Did you all get jabbed in the eyes or what? Those wounds were clearly left by humans. You can tell they were beating the shit out of each other. Those E.G.Os killed each other in a fight. But for what reason? She's clear as day. Probably figured they could survive a while, even after the branch was buried. Keep offering folks from time to time, and the rest might get rescued one day. Guess they kept the lots going for a few months. It was the safest way they had to keep the thing in check. Problem though? You think the one picked as the fall guy would gladly accept his fate? If it was them, I'd rather strangle the bloke next to me. Better than them than me, ain't that right? And the rest is history, I bet. The last survivor put on the stone mask belonging to the statue heads, believing that it will save her from being sacrificed. That can't be it. Alex wouldn't kill others just so she could live. How do you know that? You can't even be sure if that's actually Alex or not. Let me give you a tip. You'll be much better off going on your own foot before they come take you. Let us be on our way. This person will perish before long. While everyone else moved along, Yuri remained in place and continued to stare down the statue-clad individual. It wasn't your fault, you know. It's not right. Leave me behind, Yuri. Please, leave me. Time to go. Right. So what will this event be then? They are rummaging through corpses, looking for something. Relentless demands for an offering ring in the ears. They look like they might jump at any second. You see a dying person nearby gasping for air. Should you offer this person up or... Offer the person. All allies lose SP. Gain an E.G.O gift. Don't offer the person. Begin a combat encounter. Win to gain a stronger E.G.O gift. Offer a sinner. We will not offer a sinner, dude. Okay, let's fight. Angered by your inaction, the clay doll attack you. Combat encounter. Win the next battle to gain E.G.O gift. Blooded Mask of the Devotee. Okay. Let's go. Should be hard, right? That's... we'll see. It is potentially a dangerous thing, though. Nah, whatever. The stone heads, doomsday clay dolls. We can deal with these, no problem, right? Okay, we got a little bit smacked there, but as long as my HP pools are relatively high, I'll be happy enough. And one is already dead, or very well staggered or something, I don't know. It's so nice when things are nice and easy. You can just enjoy the story. How long will this last though? For? I don't know. I will enjoy the challenge as well, but just in a different way, I guess. And then we'll see if this system can really shine, or it's just like a different system, masked, under masked. All allies gains +5 offense level and +5 defense level. Really? That seems like a really strong gift. We face the abnormality that most likely caused many disasters. Okay. So I guess, yeah. We reached the checkpoint, all the progress has been saved, we healed up, and it's time to go after the big bad. Right. So, what do we fight now? Prolium Fatale. Doomsday Calendar. Ooh. Not familiar with this one. So... Wait, we cannot even attack it, so first we have to deal with these. Okay. Oh, they started losing and then we won anyway. Backstab, let's go. And now the fight really starts, right? The Malty looks upset. It seems to want something, but what should we give? I don't know. What should we give? A wait? No, let's wait. Target rupture. The Pathos Matos. I don't know.
금방 다녀올게.
Not sure if that's worth it or something, but was this the Pathos Matos that was happening? What would this thing want though? And how would we give it to it? I'm gonna give it some nice damage, that's what we're gonna be doing here. Kill its arms, so it cannot... Ah, there we go, the Pathos Matos. Does he say had a purpose? Okay. 8 damage. Oh, it's the... Oh. Is that the gunblade from Final Fantasy that Cloud was using? That's cool. There are many ways to calm one down, but this abnormality seems to like gifts the most. A fresh batch of blood might be able to appease it. Offer a clay doll, offer a sinner. It looks like one of the sinners will have to do a clay doll's job. Who will appease the abnormality? Choose the character to perform the check with. Okay, well this one is auto pass because we need to reach 3 and... High, very high, high, high. Yeah, this one just auto passes, right? We cannot lose this. I mean, we start with 4 and then for each coin flip we get 4 more, something like that. I don't know. It appears that Ishmael's blood was fresh enough. Satiated, the abnormality calmed down for a moment. Ishmael loses 20 HP. All of Doomsday Calendar's parts gain 3 attack power down. Okay, so now it's gonna be like easier to defeat. Okay. Which is interesting. I kind of enjoyed that. They put some story into the fights, which is interesting, to say the least. Well, I guess my answer would, my question was answered. How do we appease it? Well, I should probably not kill all the dolls, though, right? Probably not. I don't know if this was a smart idea, but I decided to leave one doll alive and just go for the boss now. Because last time we killed all the balls, it spawned more of them, so... Oh, it spawned more of them anyway. Oh well. Or maybe it spawns them on a clock. Oh yeah, it makes... It is called the Doomsday Clock, right? Yeah. Makes sense. Okay. Oh, look at how big and bright it is now. The heat of abnormality is wearing everyone down. We'll have to make an offering to calm its wrath. I mean, we'll do it. I need an event though for that. Still going for the puppets though. To weaken the flame, you'll need to cool water. Since we aren't carrying any buckets of water, we should offer up someone cool instead. Offer a sinner again. It looks like one of the sinners will have to do a clay doll's job. Whose heart would be the coldest among them? Gloom advantage. Okay. Looks like a bit of a bother, but probably doable. Oh, nobody has the right affinity. Okay. So this one needs to win 1 coin flip. It seems like... Oh, this one has 3 coin flips, but it will have to win 2. This is not very high, dude. I don't think so. This one has only 1 coin flip, plus 10. Yeah, I think one of these is the best one. Like any of these two, really. Or this one. Yeah, let's go with this one. So we need to win 1 coin flip here. There we go. The Ishmael was able to cool the abnormalities further. The flame shrunk to a flicker. Ishmael loses 30 HP. Doomsday Calendar loses 100 HP. Frenzy of Doomsday Calendar expired. Okay. And now we just finish it off. Oh, going for its face, apparently. So it has its body that we can attack, but my people are going for the face for some reason. It sends a dangerous glow. Uncrushable, targets allies. Universe of Flame, okay. Yeah, we kill it now. There we go. I don't want to see what happens if it does its super ability. Well, it seems like it will explode and kill all of its allies or something. I don't know. This floor is crawling with maggots. These bugs aren't so bad after the last floor's abnormality. Don't want anything like that ever again. Poofed. Sure, Greg would be glad to hear that, aren't you, Buggy Buddy? But Gregor wasn't paying attention to Roger. Don't you all hear something? You've been hearing a constant growl, Roger. Are you really that hungry at a time like this? Hey, you're supposed to let that kind of stuff slide. Please, girl? No, that. It's like... For the first time on the expedition, Gregor walked ahead of the group and opened the door next to him as if by some compulsion. Wait, that's a containment unit. It's like that time. No, the door was already open. Gregor gazed into the shower of golden light pouring from the room. Gregor! Did we travel back in time? I see an overcast sky. Cries and screams twist and ring out at a distance. And in that sky, gunfire and artillery create a cacophony. Isn't it clear though, this is a battlefield, the heart of it. Am I dreaming? A nightmare? Why? Why here again? So, why the hell are we in a bloody battlefield? Is this a trap or something? No, we're on that right track. The essence of the technology we're looking for is not far from here. You mean the golden bow? Correct. Do you recognize when this was? Anyone with a functioning eye should know at a glance. I actually don't. I confessed. It's obvious that you wouldn't recognize this, manager. You don't have eyes that fit conventional definitions. Was that the best excuse you have? Otis cleared her throat as if to mask her embarrassment, then turned her narrow gaze to the battlefield. Judging from the colorful wave of gauche flags showing off the factions in play, this is at least 70 days into the smoke war. This concludes briefing, manager. Suddenly, there was a strong tug at Heathcliff's cloak from behind. Are you out of your minds? You need shelter now. You'll age rapidly if exposed to that bomb's blast. The outpost next to ours turned into a nursing home. They can't even walk without sticks. Who the hell are you, and why do you act like you know us? Oh, Manager Gregor, my respects, sir. The bandaged man snapped to attention and saluted Gregor as soon as he saw him. You won't recognize me, sir. I'm Toma from Biometics Maintenance. I thought you were part of the front unit. I didn't expect to find you here at the back. Are you on your way to the front? I could help you get there since the augmentation on my legs allow me to jump. That sounds gross. Toma looked at Roja with suspicion. What did you just... Hey, Thomas. You're an assistant manager, regular stuff. Sir, yes, sir. I'm an assistant private, sir. Private. Yeah, you see, she's new hire who had her procedure not too long ago, so still getting over the confusion, you know. I'll give her a good talking to. Ah, I get it. Our corporation must be getting desperate, sending unprepared employees to battle. Yeah, we're sorry for the trouble. I've got to take her somewhere real quick. Gregor practically yanked himself out of the conversation and hurriedly walked to Faust. Just what's going on, Faust? These are my memories. We're in the phantoms of your ego, to be precise. An open path in your psyche. In other words, we've entered your heart and mind, Gregor. Oof. Scary. But also snappy. Pretty nice. On the first turn of battle, inflict 1 burn to all enemies 5 times. Edge to Doomsday. Right, and this is the final place. Look at that. In the behind, you can see its memory that we're traveling to. Seems like this one will be a little bit longer than usual. Cool. Anyhow, don't forget to like and subscribe and have a wonderful day. Do some nice things, be kind to each other, and let's make the world a better place together. Thank you all for watching, and see you in the next episode of Limbus Company, where we're gonna finish off this dungeon. TheNeomare signing out. Bye bye.